Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. These are my top 10 favorite luxury cheek products. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm going to be chatting to you about my top 10 favorite cheek products by luxury makeup brands. This video is part of Luxury Makeup Week, which is something that I decided to do here in October. I always feel that luxury makeup brands are sometimes some of the best Black Friday deals. So if you were looking to invest in some more expensive makeup during the sale season that's coming up, then maybe some of these recommendations can be helpful if you were looking into them. I have reviews up for all of these over on the blog, so I'll make sure to have links in the description box. So not only will you be able to find swatches for all of these, but also what things look like on my skin, because I always take pictures of that as well with my cheek products. That's why I'm not swatching in this video. I know some people want swatches in every single video. I'm of the opinion that if you can find them elsewhere, you can just look into the product you're interested in, and I don't need to put them into every single video. It's up to you what you prefer to watch. I just like to come on here and do a quick little chatty video, and I do always swatch out all of my makeup products once a year anyways, and then you get the full lowdown. But finger swatches, especially with blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, like I'm showing you today, give you zero information about what the product can do. So that's why I always like to refer you to my blog, because then you can actually see what it does on the cheeks. With highlighters, it can be difficult to capture them if they're not like being moved around. So I do want to refer you to some videos as well. I've worn both of the highlighters that are in this video today loads, so you can see them in plenty of videos as well. So let me chat to you about bronzer first, then highlighter, and then our biggest category, which is blush. So when it comes to luxury makeup, I do want to point out that I deem luxury makeup not to just be luxury because of price point. I do want there to be like a certain experience, whether it's because it's available in a certain store, or there's certain packaging, or like there's a certain aesthetic to the brand that makes it a luxurious, like a luxury makeup brand for me. So it's not just about price point for me. It's just not just because it's expensive. That's why it's high, like things can still be high end, of course, but these are the outliers in terms of like price point, packaging. There's just so much attention to details with these brands, and I feel like part of the price point with these brands is the packaging and the marketing that we see, just so you know. First things first is a cream bronzer. This is by Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. That's another reason that you can tell that this is a luxury makeup brand, because they always have the most outrageously long names for a lot of their products. I'm making a joke here, but that's truly how I feel. Mine is in the shade Light, and I thought I could hit pan on this really easily because a lot of people have been hitting pan on theirs, but for me it's not really happening. But you can tell I like this puppy. It's quite light, which is what I enjoy. It's a cream bronzer that I can apply really easily with a stippling technique with a brush that I really enjoy using, and I love the shade of this especially. It's light. It warms up your skin, but it's not warmed up to the point where you can't really, where it looks overly done. That's what I'm trying to say. With some bronzers, it can just be too yellow, too muddy, but with this, you have a lot of control for how much you put on, and therefore it can never even look muddy. And with Makeup by Mario, I'm going to be showing you a couple of the products I have by the brand in this video and also in another video. I just feel like there's something about his formulations that really truly feel like it's innovating makeup. So with this, I feel like I've just never really tried another cream bronzer in a compact that is this easy to use. There's something in this that makes it effortless and easy, and yet it's just so helpful. I'm in my 40s, but my skin loves this product as well. I'm never breaking out. It doesn't clog my pores. It doesn't look weird on dry patches. And that's a true testament to how good this product is. So that's why I really enjoy the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer by Makeup by Mario. If you saw my Dior video that went live earlier in the month, you know how much I love this thing. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in the shade Tan Bronze. This is shade number 4. This used to have an embossing that's completely gone because I've used it just so much. And yeah, this is another bronzer that in the future I can see myself using up or at least hitting pan on because I love it that much. And it's mainly the shade. I love the packaging. It has this like faux leather detail to it, which I think is really clever. And still it's really thick. Like sometimes with luxury makeup brands, like the packaging can be overly bulky, but I just feel how, like, I just really appreciate how slimline this is. You know what I mean? If you do have more products from this range though, they are going to all look the same. So I happen to keep my bronzers in a different place than I do my highlighters, so I can tell them apart. But when they're in a pile like they are today, I'm like, what's the bronzer and what's the highlighter? That's the only downside because it all looks the same. These have been reformulated though since I got mine. So I'm not sure if they still do this shade or whether the formula that I'm raving about here is still the same because I've had mine for a while. But I just really love this. It's, again, effortless, easy to use. The shade is perfect. It looks a little bit deep in the pan, but with a stipple brush, that's how I apply my bronzers for sure. It just works every single time. So that's why I really enjoy my little Dior Tan Bronze Bronzer. If we're talking luxury makeup, there's only one brand that, of course, we need to chat about. This is Pat McGrath, and this is the Divine Bronzer, and I have mine in Naked Desire. And this is a bronzer I almost skipped. Of course, the cardboard, I have several Pat McGrath products, which is why I've kept the box, because if you have a bunch of these things as well in your makeup collection, you cannot tell them apart. And Naked Desire is almost too light for me. Almost too light. In the dead of winter, I can get away with this. But for most of the year, this is actually a little bit too light for me. Maybe I should have gone up one shade, but I felt that one was too yellow. So that's why I ended up going for this, because it's very rare to find a bronzer that is this really good shade for super fair skin tones. Like if you still want to bronze up, even though you're pasty pale like me, this is a shade for you. And there's just very few other brands at whatever price point that does shades like this. So that's why I do really appreciate it, but I have a very small window to be using it. I always feel like in the summer, I don't really tan, so there isn't much going on, but I do feel there is a slight difference, and the difference is big enough that I can get away with slightly different things in terms of like bronzers and foundation shades sometimes, depending on the range and the product and all that. But in the winter, it completely goes, I do a complete 180 and I go so pale that sometimes my skin just looks translucent. So, and for moments like that, this works. Let me do the highlighter next, then by Dior. You can tell this is the same packaging. Am I holding up the bronzer? Am I holding up the highlighter? You wouldn't know unless I open it. And this is the Forever Couture Luminizer. This is in the shade Pink Glow. And this was also in my Dior video that I did recently. And this is also beautiful. You can see I've got a huge dent in it. This still has the embossing because whenever it is a highlighter, I always use a very targeted brush. So I always like pick a part of the pan to not break up whatever makes the pan look pretty. I do this with all my products. But you can tell like it's this peachy pink, but then it has this beautiful like silvery sheen to it. Looks beautiful on the skin. It goes perfectly with my skin tone. This was such a good purchase for me, and I'm really happy that I have it. Again, they've reformulated these since I got mine, so I'm not sure if this is still available. Then, the product that gets like the worst fingerprints, but as you will see, I love this thing to pieces. This is the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in Iridescent Strobe Light. And I remember when these launched, everybody hated on them. But can you see that dent? Like, this used to have a dome. Mine is flat. There's a reason why it's flat. Because I wear it all the time. And this is one of my favorite, what I like to call subtle highlights. So yes, of course, we all like to glow from space. Today I'm also wearing something a little bit more subtle. That's another one that I truly love, but it's by Catrice, so not luxury at all. But for me, this was one of the first times that I bought a product like it. When you swatch this on your fingers, it looks like it has this very weird, milky, strong base to it. But when you use it with a brush, It's absolutely beautiful. It goes onto the skin really beautifully. It has this really nice shine. The shade that I have here goes with everything. And it's, again, peachy pink. I love like peachy pinks for my highlights, and the reason why I love that shade so much is because it kind of then blends with your blush tones really well. It blends together with your bronzer really well, but because it does have this cool undertone, it goes with my skin as well. It's like the best of both worlds, so that's why I like things like this, and the Hourglass blushes and highlighters are just excellent. You'll see in a sec. The bronzer that came in that range, though, I did not enjoy, but that was because the shade wasn't right for me. That was the only downside. Let's talk blush. And here I actually struggled because I was like, do I want to include that? I was like, yeah, it will go into the luxury makeup category for sure. But I was realizing as I was putting this part of the video together that I don't really wear, say for one or two things, a lot of these products all the time because I have much cheaper products that do the exact same thing. Don't tell anyone, but let's start with those products first because I do like these. They are really beautiful. I mean, this Victoria Beckham blush stick is really beautiful. This is the Cheeky Posh blush stick in mini skirt. And mini skirt is this really beautiful, almost neutrally mauvey brown that looks really beautiful if you want something that's a little bit more warm toned, but you do want it to have that slight hint of pink to it. I know why I'm not wearing this very much because I just have so many other cream and liquid blushes that are cooler toned than this is. I prefer a cool tone on myself, so that's why I do not tend to gravitate towards these type of things. This was sent to me in PR by the brand. It was one of the first brands that ever sent me PR, really. And this is lovely. It's a really good formula. It looks beautiful. I think if you have light to medium skin with a more neutral to warm undertone, this shade is going to be better for you. But for me, it works in a pinch. I actually think in the fall time, a shade like this is best for me. But it's not something I reach for too often because I just prefer a cool tone. Another blush stick. I'm just not a huge blush stick fan, but I do like them from time to time. It's by Makeup by Mario, another one with a long name. This is the Soft Pup Blush Stick, and this is in Dusty Rose. Oh, I always open the brush side first. I never know which side I need to open. It can be a little bit messy, but here's what the blush stick looks like. It's sort of like the more pinky tone version. Like, can I twist it up a little bit so you can see? So here you have what the product actually looks like. Doesn't come with a whole lot of product. Like, it's a lot of packaging for not that much product. Because even if I twist it down, I don't think even the mechanism goes all the way down. So this could have been a lot smaller, but yeah, it's beautiful. It is a lovely product. It has a little bit more sheen than the Victoria Beckham has. The Victoria Beckham, I feel, has more of a satin to matte finish, and this is like dewy to satin, I feel. It does set down, both of them do. They wear a really long time. I've never used the brush it comes with because I use products like this with my fingers, which is why I just think this is too big. It's just oversized, and I don't need something this big, I think. So I would prefer using the Victoria Beckham one just for its size compared to this. It is a beautiful shade though, and it was one of the first products I bought from the brand, and I do really enjoy it. I actually wanted another shade though in this line. It was this bright pink. That's the one that I had seen in store, but it was sold out everywhere. And then I just wanted to try the formula, so I bought this. But I have so many of these shades already in my makeup collection, and again, some of them are a bit more cooler toned, so I tend to wear them more often. So that's why this one is a little bit overlooked in my collection, I'm afraid. And another product that's very much overlooked in my collection, even though they are nice, are the Beauty Light ones from Charlotte Tilbury. These are the only two I have left. I used to have a highlighter. I used to have one of those contour things. I think I even used to have Pillow Talk. These are Glowgasms, so officially they are highlighting sticks. This is the High Blush in, what are these called again? I think I have Peachgasm, yeah, Peachgasm and Pinkgasm. That's what they're called. I feel like these just don't come with a whole lot of product, which is another downside to them. It says 12 milliliters, but again, I know this packaging is overly big for how much product you get. Like there's a lot of air in it and everything is down here. You don't need a lot with these. I dislike these because I don't love the puff. I don't like things that come with puffs. I think it's just not too hygienic. Just give me a stick or something I can squirt at myself. I'll be fine. I don't need this. Of course, duped into the high heavens, so you definitely don't need to spend this amount of money on these. And that's, to be quite fair, why I don't reach for these a lot. Again, undertone-wise, they are just incredibly warm-toned. I used to have a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury in my makeup collection. I've tried everything from bronzers and highlighters and base products and whatever, but everything she does has this rose gold hue, which doesn't go with my undertone. So that's why I still have the Charlotte Tilbury products that stood out to me, that I did really enjoy when I tested them out. But these, I think, in my next declutter may just have to go because I just have far more beautiful that work better for me products than these two. Like I said, these are good products if you want to splurge the money. I think they can get the job done. But if it's not your undertone, I would stay away. And then the two things I wear the most, my Hourglass blushes, of course. These are the ambient lighting blushes. I'm holding up Mood Exposure, but I also have Diffused Heat and Incandescent Electra, and I like both of those as well. This is just the shade I would wear more so in the fall time, so that's why I'm showcasing this here. It's this really beautiful, like moody sort of fall color. I do feel that I'm losing a bit of the mood. And I'm getting a little bit, or maybe exposure, I don't know. But because I do know the name is made up of one of the powder shades and then the shade of the actual blush. And that has been an issue with these things. Like once you get to like using these up and you're using them over time, you do get a little less of the color, but it's fine. I can still wear it. It still looks the same on my cheeks, I find. This is another one I need to whip out for November because this is beautiful and I need to wear it again. And finally, my Dior blush in Rosy Glow. This was also in my Dior video. If it's too repetitive for you, I do apologize, but that's just what I have in terms of luxury makeup that I would recommend. I have some Pat McGrath blushes as well, but I just never reach for those. They're beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. And one of them is like one of my favorite all-time like mauve tone powder blushes. But I just don't, if I think of a mauve tone blush, I would reach for something else every single time. Probably like the Hourglass Mood Exposure one, you know? But this is beautiful. If I want a bright pink colored blush, this is the one I go for. I don't really go for anything else. And that, my dear friends, are all of my top 10 favorite cheek products by luxury makeup brands. So let me know in a comment down below which luxury cheek products you enjoy. I would love to know. For now, this is only one of 4 videos that I will be doing this week, all about luxury makeup brands. So stay tuned if you want to see more by me and all of this luxury makeup. Of course, I do other videos regularly as well, so if you'd like to join the channel by subscribing, I would love to have you here. And for now, thanks so much for watching me, and I hope to see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye!